Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you a new weekend reading vlog. I am going to make this quick today. It is Saturday the 11th. I do need to get my Pilates in and exercises and then shower and get ready for the water park. Today we're going in the water, so I do need to prep for that. And I also don't have a lot of battery left, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. Reading wise, right now I have 90-ish pages left of the Diviners, so this is going to definitely be a priority for me this week. Finish this ASAP. I also have a Ship of Destiny that I want to make some progress in, but I don't think I'll be finishing it. I will be picking up book number 2 of the Diviners, which is Their Dreams. I will be picking this one up right after. And then I probably want to be starting Six of Crows, which is also a reread, and The Shadow of What Was Lost. I think I'm going to start those two and see from there what progress I made. This one is quite long. This one as well, but it's easy to go through. So I don't know. In 1 week, I don't think I'll be able to accomplish that much. We don't have great plans this week other than regular chores and reading and cheerleading and all that, our regular stuff at the water park, obviously. Next weekend, I am going to be living at my mom's house, but not just right now. Yeah, nothing big, which is refreshing because I always have like a million plans of things I want to accomplish, but not this week. I do have some things I need to get done for the business, for example, but just pretty much regular stuff. But it's nothing that's out of the ordinary. Bookkeeping stuff for the business and probably try to sew a couple of things here and there. I don't know. I'll see what I feel like doing. Maybe some photos. I do need to get on top of the business, that's for sure. Editing wise, things are up to date-ish. So I'm probably going to make some progress on that as well. So just continuing to be on top of everything. So on that note, it is getting quite late. So I'm going to leave you at that, get the Pilates workout in, and update you a little bit later. Hey everyone, I am so sorry if you hear this rumbling noise. I do try to take them out when I edit the videos, but there's construction just outside of my house on the road. So my bad. We're just gonna have to roll with it because otherwise I would not be able to film at all. So anyways, it is Monday, the 13th of July, and I have some updates. So yesterday after cheerleading class, we went to run a couple of another errand that we didn't have time to go to during the cheerleading class. I had a gift card that a student gave me a while back, and it was for this store where it was mostly like CDs back in the days, where it was mostly music focused. There were some books, but it was mostly music things in there, which is why they gave me said gift card. But in the last couple of years or more, it was bought by this big bookstore brand, and that store was kind of combined together. So anyways, I went to that store during cheer class with my hubby and looked around. They have a lot of things. They have games as well, like board games and stuff and puzzles. I looked around. I do have my specific store for music stuff that I go to, and I do have gift cards for that store as well. I'm gonna go use it to have maintenance on my clarinet. But I didn't really need anything music-wise for now, so I didn't buy anything related to music, but I did get myself a new book. So I went in the English section, which was a couple of shelves, better than nothing, sure. And I didn't notice that you had to go around the shelves in the other alley to see the rest of the books, because the first alley that I did look at, I didn't find anything that I was really, really interested in buying. I mean, if you had to force me to buy something, I would have found something. But then when I went around, I did find some more books. They also had book nooks, but they're way more expensive than the gift cards, so I didn't buy those. And I would have wanted to buy myself a new puzzle. It's been a while since I've done puzzles, but I don't like the brand of puzzles that they had. They had many brands, but the one they had of the most, I don't like. And it's really disappointing because they're the brand that has these famous work of art pieces as their picture for their puzzles. They have Klimt, they have The Girl with the Pearl, they have like so many of those like very famous paintings, The Great Wave, all that. But I just don't like how their pieces fit together, and I don't like working with them. So yeah, so I decided not to choose a puzzle, which is fine. I'm fine. It's okay. But I did settle on a book, which is a sequel to a book that I did, to a series that I did start. And I did read book number 1 not too long ago in 2025, but it was at the end of 2025. So not too worried about that. Anyways, I picked up Arm of the Sphinx, which is book number 2 of the the Books of Babel series. There's 4 books. I did start a dedicated vlog for this series. I kind of forgot that I started this dedicated vlog because I didn't know when I was going to pick up the next books, and I needed space on my computer. And I did transfer those videos and clips from the first book in a cloud somewhere, Adobe cloud. Anyways, I know where to get them, but they're not like in my computer. So I haven't seen those clips in a while, which meant I kind of forgot about this. But now I have it and I can continue with that dedicated vlog. I don't know when I'm going to be getting those titles up. Anyways, talking about dedicated vlogs, as you have seen in the previous clip, I did finish The Diviners yesterday evening and I was just eating it up. It was late and I was feeling very good with myself. And I was certain that I would be able to pick up book number 2 and make some progress. I was hesitant. So I didn't know if I wanted to start this one, even if I didn't update the vlog yesterday evening because it was too dark. And I don't like how the darkness breaks the quality of videos when it's too dark. I hate it. And I hate working with the ring light. I don't know, maybe because of my glasses and I just see the glare all the time. I don't like that. Anyways, and I wondered if I would be better picking this one up. But this is way much slower. So I knew I would be falling asleep on this one if I picked it up. So I decided to pick up Lair of Dreams. But I only read 26 pages. Well, it's better than nothing, but it's still only like the first 2-3 chapters. I'm in the 3rd one and we are introduced to new characters. So it wasn't as fast-paced as the ending of this, obviously. So it kind of got me falling asleep on the book. So I closed the book after page 26. I was hoping to get like the first 50 pages in. Yeah, that was not happening. Also, this book is 100 pages more than this one. So there's that. I'm excited and I love that there's like you can see there are different, I don't want to say mixed media, but you can see, okay, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. How weird. you can see there's like letters and different fonts and stuff. So probably some letters. I wouldn't say mixed media per se, but there are a couple of things here and there that I'm curious to get to. So yeah, that is the good news. And that is pretty much it. So yeah, after buying this, we did go buy. I was really frustrated. That's the reason why I didn't update yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I cannot follow a train of thought. My thoughts are not organized. So sorry. But yeah, after buying this, I have another gift card for a mall, and there's not much that interests me in that mall. What I could have brought, like coffee, espresso coffee pods, which I did buy yesterday because I didn't have any more left. I could have used it for that, but there's a store, and I'm not gonna say the brand because they're Quebec stores. You won't see them elsewhere. The same for store I bought this. So anyways, there's a store where they have a lot of art supplies, and it's my go-to when it comes to like art. So like real acrylic paints and pencils, all that. And when I draw, I use the Polychromos pencils, colored pencils from Faber-Castell, because they're top notch, and they do sell them per unit. So they have this big display with all of the colors one by one, and you can just pick whichever color that you want. But the thing is, that store is kind of like in the parking lot of the mall, if that makes sense. And I had a gift card for the mall, not a specific store. So I went to that store to ask them if they were part of the mall and if they did accept that gift card, and they do. So I was so excited, but I kind of found that out when I saw the store. So before leaving the house, I was not prepared, and I did not note down my inventory for my colored pencils. Like, I know I have many pencils that are like shrinking, but I don't know exactly which ones and what color code they have. And I need my full inventory, because sometimes I'll just look at the color and say, hey, that's a nice color, I'm gonna buy it, and I already have it, and it's a tall pencil. Because I thought the same thing last time I went to buy those pencils. So yeah, I'm not reliable when it comes to inventory for colored pencils. So I need to write down all of the codes of the pencils that I do have that I don't need extra, but the ones that I do need extra. So I usually write like full length pencils, half length, and then like a fourth or third length, whatever, and decide from there how many I'm gonna buy, because I don't have a big gift card, and those prices go up quickly because they're like at least $3 per pencil, if not more. So plus taxes. So yeah, it's quite a bit. But yeah, I do need a couple of colors for sure. So yeah, I'll go back another day, but I was glad I could use my gift card there. And then we went to get my son. We went to the sports store, and we bought this small rollable table. Like, it's a low table, but perfect for camping and for when we go to the water park and that we need like a table for something. The picnic tables there are not nearly enough for all of the people that go there. So even if you go there like 30 minutes before it opens, it happened to us last year. We did that. We arrived way too early, and we were waiting for them to open up the park. And even then, we had a hard time getting a table. So we're not going to be fighting over a picnic table for sure. We usually sit down on the grass to eat. But now that we're going to have our own little table, it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, all that. And we can pretty much bring it everywhere. And since it's rollable, it's easy to bring. And we did get some camping chairs because we didn't have any. My son has his already, but we didn't have any for us. So we'll be a little bit more comfy when we go either picnic or the water park, or like whatever we do, it's gonna be used for sure. So we went to go get that. I did have a gift card well, 2 gift cards for those. One was for fundraising, which I bought with my own money for fundraising. But the other one was with my points that I did get coupon thing. And then I had another gift card that I could use pretty much in many stores, but that was one of them. I decided to use it for that, and I lost it in the store. And we went through the store like at least 5 times, and we couldn't find it. And I was so mad. I'm still very mad that it happened. It is what it is, but it makes me so angry because I do count. Every dollar, it counts. I'm gonna survive, but I'm still mad about it. So when we got back home, I was just too mad to film, and that's why I didn't film right away. And then I read and then did other stuff, and then it was evening, not enough light, and here we are this morning. I did get to bed quite late and woke up late as well as a result. But here we are, almost noon-ish. I did eat breakfast. I'm not in a hurry to eat lunch, but I am going to be starting to read a bit, probably of this. I do need to update the dedicated vlog first, and then I'm probably going to be reading a chapter or 2 and then maybe editing or filming. I do need to film for TikTok, so I might do that as well. But part of that filming is like filming myself reading. So I'm going to be doing 2 things at a time, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll see you with an update of something.
Just got out of a 5-year. My friend said to be careful. Lexi said that I should slow down. Then I saw you in that wedding gown. We were both straight until we met. Both of our boyfriends threw a fit. I give that head. He called me the day before and said, get out before you say I do. He begged for hours and I asked him how he knew. He said one thing got me confused. What amazing love makes it louder with I love you, but not used to this. Love you, but not like this. Kissing me on the lips. We almost did something big. I love you, but not used to this. Love you, but not like this. Kissing me on the lips. We almost did something big. We almost fell in. Kissing you doesn't feel this good. From girlfriend to just so we could.
Hey everyone, we are now Tuesday, the 14th of July. Again, I'm so sorry for the rumbling. I think they're finishing up the road right now. In front of my house, they were doing construction work, so they redid the full sidewalk on the other side of the road, and then they obviously had to redo this asphalt on the road because they did have to cut it up to do the sidewalks. Anyways, it was not on level with the rest of the road, so they redid our side of the road as well. That's what they're finishing up. I feel like it's almost done-ish. They're actually rolling on the new asphalt right now, so I'm assuming they're going to be done with it today, and we're going to be noise and rumble free from now on. So anyways, that being said, I did read yesterday. I don't remember if I did update you about that. I did manage to read a tiny bit. Well, more than a tiny bit. I read a decent amount. So I got to 25% in A Lair of Dreams. Happy with that. Really, really happy about it. And then I stopped reading because I went to sit down with my son to play a board game for half an hour, 45 minutes. And then we sat down to eat supper. And afterwards, it was a movie night. And we have been wanting to make my son watch The Lord of the Rings for a while now. He's 10. So with supervision, I thought it was a good moment. So we watched the first movie, and I was really, really surprised because I was expecting to have to explain a lot of things in the plot and like what's happening and the politics, mostly the politics about it all. But I was surprised at how little that we actually had to explain. He did get a couple of characters mixed up here and there once or twice, but other than that, like, he got most of it. So yeah, I think he enjoyed it. I don't know if it was to make us happy or if he actually genuinely enjoyed it. My son does need a lot of time to grasp new stuff, so I'm giving him a bit of a time. But at one point, he did mention, "Hey, that music really, really is good." And yes, son, it's a masterpiece. Yes, it is. Anyways, had a good time. Didn't read other than that. This morning, we had a bit of a storm really early in the morning, but now it's just very, very cloudy and it's not raining anymore, which is why they're continuing the construction stuff. And I decided something. So I do count the number of pages I should read every day in order to like finish certain books. If I want to finish this and this and that book, I would have to read X number of pages per day. I do that a lot, and I try to keep myself reading a certain amount every day so that I do get to that Goodreads challenge. Unfortunately, the year was really, really rough for me, so I was not achieving that goal. Yeah, I was not reading 60 pages per day. I read really, really slow. It takes me maybe 2 minutes to read one page, especially if it's physically and if it's written quite small. This one, not too bad, but this one takes me quite a bit of time to read. This is pretty accurate for like 2 minutes per page. So adding that all up, I decided to think it in another way, because this month, if I want to read all of my 16 books that I'm prioritizing, I would have to read 263 pages per day, and that's a lot. And I was looking at it, and that means it's 8 hours of reading per day if I read 30 pages per hour. That's a lot. I cannot do that. In no way I can dedicate 8 hours of my day to reading, only reading. Like, that's not realistic. So there is ways I think I could get myself into reading a little bit more than what I actually am, even though I'm kind of happy with the reading I've done, but I do really want to up my game. So, but not up to 8 hours. That's really unrealistic. Like, I have 16 books I'm prioritizing, but I still have a lot to choose from, and I'm not sure which one I want to pick up just right yet. I want to pick them all up, and I can't do that. So I decided to focus on 4, because of the dedicated vlogs that I'm filming, and because I want to make some progress in whatever's going on in here, my priority number one will be this book. So in order, we're gonna have this one and then this one. I might not finish Ship of Destiny. I'll be fine if I don't finish Ship of Destiny. I'll be happy. I just want to go through a good chunk of it and just make some progress. That's all I'm hoping for. And then I do need to update the Grishaverse vlog. So this one will be next. And finally, I do want to make some progress in my wrapped books. So this one will be The Shadow of What Was Lost will be the fourth book I'm focusing on. And as you can see, these are not light books. They're very heavy books. So we've got a 500-page book, 800-page book, 500-ish, close to 500-page book, and close to 700-page book. There's a lot of pages in here. I did take out the portion that I actually read. This one isn't read. My husband started it, got halfway through, haven't continued reading, but I did take those pages out and added all that up, divided by 30 pages per hour, which gives me a total of 72 hours to read all of these books, divided by the 18 days left in July, and that gives me 4 hours of reading per day. That being said, sometimes I do read a little bit faster depending on how the book is written. Definitely not Ship of Destiny. I'll not be able to read more than 30 pages per hour of this one, but sometimes I do read a little bit faster with YA. Six of Crows, I should also read a little bit quicker. And when I say quicker, is like not 1 page per minute, that's for sure, but I may be able to read like 45 pages per minute per hour, which when you add it up can help quite a bit. Because Six of Crows is a reread, and I already know what happens in it. I do have a good memory of it, so I think I'm going to go through it quite quickly. But also Lee Bardugo's writing is easy to go through. So there's that. I don't know for this one how it's going to go. It's lots of fantasy, new world, new characters. I might not be reading it as quickly as 45 pages per hour. So I think it's going to be closer to what it takes me to read Ship of Destiny. So yeah, I haven't looked at what the font looked like in here. It's actually not too bad. It's not written small, so I could be surprised. Oh no. Yeah, that's the plan. So right now I'm 25% through this one. So next time I do pick it up, I'm going to try to get to the 50% mark. So that's going to be the process, reading 25% of the book before picking up the next one. And this one I am 25%-ish through, but like 25% of 800 is a lot. I will need to read, and I don't stop mid chapter, so I always round it up so that I'm not in the middle of a chapter. 170 pages of Ship of Destiny to get to the middle point. I'll need to read 150-ish pages to get to the 25% mark in here, and around 175 pages for The Shadows of What Was Lost. And that's a lot of pages, and 175 does add up to around 4 hours of reading. 4 or 5 hours of reading. So I might not do I might do 1 book a day. I don't know. It will depend on how everything's going, but that's going to help me make sure that I do make some progress in all of those books. And yeah, I might at some point start reading Ship of Destiny to pick up something else instead. I may do that as well, because I see this one that is quite small and very easy to go through that I might pick up before the end of the month. So I get an extra one in there. But yeah, And I might also pick up a book from my e-reader as well. So I don't know yet, but for now, that's what I'm going with. So yeah, exciting. Right now it's 11:30-ish. So I am going to read for at least an hour. And I do have some editing to get done and take care of. I decided I won't be doing anything for my business this week. Next week, my son is going to be at my parents' house. So I'm going to use that time to take care of the business and whatnot. We'll have a little bit more time here at home. I don't think I'm going to go to the water park by myself without our son. I don't know, maybe not, or maybe for just a couple of hours, just to be a bit in the water and cool ourselves. But we probably won't be doing as much as when we do have our son, so as we usually do. So there's that. I'm going to be updating first vlogs. I have 2 dedicated vlogs with these 4 books, so I'm going to be updating both of these vlogs, and I'll get back to you probably with some editing or whatever I'm doing, and I'll see you in the next clip, I guess. Yeah.
Take a look into the mirror, following your heart, put the silence to the fear, and you deserve it. You deserve it. Rainy season's gonna go. Now your seeds can grow. Imagine that. You deserve it. You deserve it now. Hey. Pick up the phone, little darling, I got a bit to say. I'm speaking from the heart, I pray it doesn't ricochet. I know you got his up, distance makes it hard enough. I hope that I can ask for you to listen, man, this part is tough. I sent a message and maybe you didn't get it yet. When you have a second, you should check it, swear you won't regret it. I'm stepping out of a meeting, a big amount's where it's leading. I'll make you proud in proceedings, we'll hit the town in the evening, darling. And then it's time for us to celebrate. Pop some vino, we know we celebrate. Hello, mate, enjoy the ride and spend for something real nice. Cause every dream I've ever had, you helped me realize. No matter how much of a stretch I guess it feels like, no matter how left field, you make it feel right. You believed it could be real beyond the surface. In your eyes I saw that I was worth it. Perfect. Take a look into the mirror, following your heart, put the silence to the fear, and you deserve it. You deserve it. Rainy season's gonna go. Now your seeds can grow. Imagine that. You deserve it. You deserve it now. And may I say that I never take for granted the lady that I make my plans with daily. Maybe one day shapes the planet with no way to even say it in my native language. Sharing everything I feel for you, I gotta give the praise in Spanish. Mariposa, you and I couldn't be any closer. You make me breathe like a beano, heavy smoker. When we get married, we will be ready for what the world will bring. We're Birmingham if they had buddied up. Lawrence and LaRousse, it was a crew, so much to do, so now we run amok. Your laser focus shapes my ruthless execution. My elocution takes your train of thought to resolution. Now I'm never wanting you, holding back from a benefit, and anyone supporting you will assent with the sentiment. I'm with you every step of the way. Blessings and curses through my eyes, every second you're worth it. Perfect. Take a look into the mirror, following your heart, put the silence to the fear, and you deserve it.
Hi everyone, it is now Wednesday the 15th during the evening. It is starting to get a little bit darker, so I'm trying to film before it's too dark and the light goes out. So yesterday evening I did manage to read part 1 of 6 of Crows, which I'm really happy with. So I'm putting that aside, and I started The Shadow of What Was Lost this yesterday evening, and then I continued this morning. So my son had an appointment this morning, noon-ish, and then we left and spent the afternoon at the water park and came back home, and we are tired. There were a lot of clouds, and if it was just a little bit cloudy, like that's one thing, but it was quite cold with the wind and the sun not being very present. There weren't that many people, so that's the good part of it. But at some point there were like big rainy clouds, and we did get a little bit of rain at the end when we were leaving. So there's that, and we're kind of tired of the cold and the water and all that. There's that. But we had a good time nonetheless. I'm not far into it. I'm only 38 pages. But so far, the ground is being set, which means we know our main character. We're getting to know him, actually. And we're also trying to learn about how the world works. So there are some that are called gifted that used to serve other royal family that had specific powers as well. And through a rebellion, they got overthrown. They don't exist anymore. And the ones that served them were allowed to continue on. They just needed to accept that they had specific things to ensure that they don't go rogue and that the people from the rebellion would be able to control them. So lots of fear about powers, obviously, and politics and unfairness and injustice. A lot of that going on, and our main character is gifted but hasn't been able to use his powers since, and he has also some powers from that royal family that did die. So that's where we're starting, but it was a bit confusing at the beginning to try to understand what was going on. But during chapter 3, the last chapter I just read, he does encounter someone that is also gifted, but he does ask him questions and seems curious about the rebellion that happened before him. And he does answer his questions, but at the same time, it helps the reader to understand the whole world and the war and what happened and whatnot without it being info dumpy paragraphs, if that makes sense. So I like how that has been brought up, but so far that's pretty much all I have. So I am going to continue up until another 140-ish pages so I can get to the 25% mark and update you on that. I am quite tired, so that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing this evening. I do have an appointment tomorrow and some tumbling class, so I should be able to read some more as well. And then once I get to the 25% mark of this one, I should be able to pick up Ship of Destiny and do the same with that book. So for now, that's where I'm at. Reading wise, I did manage to finish filming as well yesterday, some more TikToks, and edit all of those. I'm all up to date with my editing except for the dedicated vlogs, which I do need to get onto, but not right now because I just want to be reading. I'm just so tired and exhausted from our day. So I'm gonna continue reading and I'll see you probably tomorrow once I've gotten past the 25% mark. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next clip. Hey everyone, I am so sorry for the glare in my glasses. We're just gonna have to roll with it because natural lighting. Today we are now Friday, the 17th of July. I am going to be closing this vlog a little bit later during the day. We don't have much planned out for the day today. We were supposed to go to the water park tomorrow with my sister and my mom, but it's supposed to be raining. So we're not gonna be doing that. And we are leaving because my son is going to be spending a week at my parents' house. So we're gonna see them nonetheless. I am going to accompany him and stay for 2 nights, come back home, and my mom is gonna bring him back home next week, just in time for his cheerleading and all that. We are going to leave after cheer practice on Sunday, so that's gonna be for the next vlog. But I do have quite a lot of things I want to get done today, so I would like to vacuum in the house, but I don't know if I have the energy for that. I am about to start doing the books for the business, which I haven't done for the last 2 months. So I'm really, really behind. And when I do that, the thing is, when I do that, I have a tendency to lock in and not do anything else for the rest of the day. But yeah, it is lunchtime, so I should be thinking about lunch soon. And later today, because it is quite nice today and it's not necessarily hot for once, we might go on a bike ride later today after supper or something like that. So might do that. And my son is going to try his bike for the first time. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun, but I need to get stuff done. We also need to do a lot of laundry because, well, my son is leaving for a week and he needs clothes, clean clothes. So there's also that we're trying to do. And my husband was also taking care of the yard as well. So yeah, just a checklist of things. I don't know if I'm going to be editing though, because there's not that much to edit. I might do a bullet journal update, something like that, and film that TikTok, because that one is supposed to go, I think on, I have to check, but I think on Tuesday, which is the day I come back. Oh, it's on, nope, on Wednesday. So, okay, that's interesting. Anyways, I need to look at that. I did have planned a read with me a video for the channel, the YouTube channel. So I might do that. I might update, edit, and upload this video as well on to make it go out on Sunday while I'm away. I'm still trying to figure all of that out, but I will be back on Tuesday, so it shouldn't be too much to take care of. But afterwards, I'm gonna have to plan out a lot of videos. So that's for a future me problem, which I'm gonna take care of once I'm back. But for now, bookkeeping, I do have an insurance claim I need to fill out. A couple of things here and there, boring adult stuff, but I also want to get some reading done. I did do some reading yesterday, and I'm happy to announce that no, I did not finish the book, but I did get to the 25% mark. Last time I talked to you about this book, I just finished chapter 3, and then chapter 4 happened. I'm sorry, what? What in the Game of Thrones is going on? Huh? I picked it back up on chapter 4, and I was really, really surprised with everything that was going on. And since chapter 4, I've been on edge. I've been reading, but like on edge, because I'm so scared of what's gonna happen. I'm so scared. I mean, there's many other books. This is not the only one. It's not a standalone. I'm still at the very beginning of the book, so there's no reason that they're gonna all die or something. But I'm still so stressed out for our characters. Also, there's a lot of things that were going on, and I do not know who to trust. I feel like there's a lot of characters I cannot trust, even those you think you can trust. Does that make sense? I knew quickly that you can trust. I am so confused with these names because they all start with a T, most of them, and I hate that. Tenvar, is that the elder's name that is not to be trusted? Yeah. I knew from the beginning there's much to it than just this. And things are unfolding very, very quickly, and the more you're going through it, the more you can see how much our characters and us as a reader, we don't know anything about what's going on. But at the same time, I don't feel like I'm not grasping what's going on. I'm not grasping it because it's on purpose, but I still understand what's the story and the characters, even if I do get mixed up, because all of these characters' name start with a T, which I hate when they do this, and like it's weird names I cannot pronounce. I have been trying to look up the pronunciations, but I have a hard time keeping up with all that. But yeah, you know that TikTok where they read a part and they were just mumbling words for names and places of the fantasy world, and the rest he was reading correctly. That's pretty much what I'm doing while I'm reading this. It's pretty accurate. But yes, I'm stressed out a bit and scared about what's going on. But it's in a good way, though. Even if I'm stressed out, it's a good thing. No worries. I I'm really excited to get to know more, but right now I need to put it down because next thing I am going to be picking up will be Ship of Destiny, which I don't know where I'm at. This looks more than 25%. So I'm probably going to have to go hit the 50% mark, which is 421. So I'm going to get to page 430 because that's where the chapter ends. And I'm currently on page 260. So almost 200 pages, 170 pages. Yeah, seems pretty accurate. This is what I'm going to be picking up next. I'm also really excited to finally try to finish this book. I love that I'm enjoying all of my books at the moment, even if I'm reading a lot and I feel like I'm all over the place with all of these books at the same time, but they're all so exciting. Yeah. I'm having fun. Anyways, I will be bringing them at my parents' house, but for now, I'm done with this. I will be reading, trying to take some breaks and try to read while I also do whatever work I need to get done. But I'll probably be doing most of my reading a little bit later today, by the end of the day instead. So yeah, I said I wanted to close the vlog today, but I might do that tomorrow morning, depending on how I feel and how the bike ride went, also in how much energy I have left afterwards. So that might be the how I decide to go with this. But yeah, lots of work to get done. So I'm gonna leave you at that. Get some work and I'll update you later. Hey everyone, it is Saturday afternoon, unfortunately, and I'm here to close the vlog. I did manage to be productive for my books, for a couple of things I needed to take care of on the computer. So that was dealt with yesterday. This morning, I went to the grocery store because we're leaving today, so we needed to go. And then I vacuumed and I groomed parts of the dog and vacuumed, and yeah, I did quite a lot. But yesterday evening, also the last clip I think was from our little bike trip, the first of the season. I was exhausted and we ended up watching the Two Towers with my son. So a little movie night, and I did not pick up my book. I did manage to read one chapter, like once I was done with the computer and just before I went to do my bike ride, but only a chapter in. So I'm 282 pages in, which I need to be at 420 for the next update ish. I do update regularly. Anyways, I did have a good time though with this chapter. Okay, so chapter 12, where I was at the last time I talked about it, is a lot about Brashen and Althea, and I love these two together so much, and I love how they struggle to make everything work and how the author manages to get one side of the situation and another side at the same time. I know it's multiple POVs in here, but she does it so well because when you read it from one perspective, you've got a sense of what is going on until you read it from another perspective and you're like, huh, I didn't think about it that way. Right. So now you're kind of confused and you don't know which to root for. And I feel like there was a lot of miscommunication in here, obviously. And that is one of my pet peeves. But in here, it's done so well because of the POVs. And I love it so much. Because of how it's written with both POVs, but also the mission comes first. So they're trying to get on board with that and not let anything else distract them. But I love them together so much. Yeah, I'm really concerned for Paragon though, but yeah, I was happy to read that. I'm also concerned about Lavoie. who is going to be preparing something bad for sure. He's up to no good, and I am scared with what he's going to come up soon-ish. We'll see where this leads us, but that's pretty much all I have for you right now. So I'm going to leave you at that and start the new vlog so that I can move on to other things. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe if you wish. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.